does this, Al? And that's because you have to say the password. So in order to see Lil BB, you had to perform this password. And the password was that you had to throw a bunch of glitter in the air and say magic. You had to throw this glitter in the air and shout magic. So I run outside and I see a small line of people just walking in this guy's house. I left about the time that I heard someone shout, magic! Later that night, Piranha. It was a decent gun, you know, it was pretty decent, except for the minor detail that, it never shot straight. It couldn't shoot straight! Wesley brought his pump-action Titman, which it's almost too crappy to even mention, but I should mention that he had the agility of a hammock, and he had a head shaped like a vertical watermelon. The hill. So I hit dirt, and I start military crawling up this hill with Wesley in tow. When I arrive at the peak, I roll up against this dirt wall. I turn back to Wesley and I say, "Guy is on the opposite side of us. On a 3 count, we're gonna take him down. 1, 2, 3. I tear from the wall and I slide down on one knee. I start slamming the trigger as fast as humanly possible. I couldn't even see because my mask was fogging up because of the intense plume of CO2. I was so freaking worried that I was not even hitting him because my gun did not shoot straight. So I didn't stop until every piece of paint was let loose. And I knew if I couldn't hit him, Wesley could. He was my backup plan. So I looked to my right, expecting to see Wesley. He was still hiding. I could see his stupid little melon head poking out of the wall, looking at me. I start screeching, "Wesley, shoot him!" Freaking Wesley gets up. I'm like cheering. I'm like, "Yes, Wesley!" And he shoots me in the thigh. It didn't even break, which hurts like 10 times worse when they don't break. I just screamed, "Son of a Wesley!" I turned back to tow bench, and it took me a second to realize that something celestial had happened. Every single shot was an unequivocal, direct hit. Now, because I fell to my knee in proper Rambo stance, and because he was facing the opposite direction in a crouching position, like so, shouting, he shoves the ref aside. "Someone shot me 30 times! I want to know who did this! Who did this? He walks up to every single player and he just eyes him down. He's out for blood and he gets to me. And he's just staring me down. He couldn't see my face because it was concealed by the blue tint of a paintball mask. But if he could see it, he would have seen a smile that can only be created by a moment that comes full freaking circle. Everybody's had one of those moments where something happens and you think back on it and you're like, "Oh, why didn't I say that? That would have been the best!" And you would have been that freaking verbal hero that you were always meant to be, a shimmering knight of the comeback sentence. This was that moment, except I said it. 14-year-old me did it. I simply look at him and I say, "Well, it looks like crap came back and bit you in the butt, mister."